Hey, everybody, what's up, what's up? Anthony Morrison here, and welcome to tonight's Success Connection. Sorry, I was a couple seconds late there. My computer was freezing up when I was trying to unmute myself. So hopefully we don't have any technical problems happening here tonight. Let me see if I can't get my webcam on. We have been, let's see, there we go. We have been shooting some new content and new videos here in my office today. So if I look like I'm glowing, it's probably because I'm actually tired, but it's also all the lights we have in here. We are filming some new content and some new ads to test on Facebook for our Digital Marketing Academy, Facebook, all kinds of stuff. So we've had a lot of stuff going on in my house in the last few days. So lights everywhere, cameras everywhere. But all in all, not a bad week. How's everybody else doing? How's your week been? Just give me a 1 through 10. How has your week been so far as we kind of roll into, I guess, holiday weekend? How is everybody feeling? All right. Seeing lots and lots of yeses, 10s. Okay. I love when people write yes when I say do a 1 through 10. They're like, yes. You know, I'm like, well, but we were talking about, you know, not a yes, but a 10, making notes. Very good. Well, listen, I am super excited to be here tonight, as always. Have what I think will be a great training for you guys here on the Success Connection. Super thankful to have all of you here. If you're a member of our Facebook group, please do me a favor, go post in the Facebook group that we're live, that you're here, that you're excited about being here, all those good things. Go and post in our Facebook group for us and let everybody know we are live and rocking and rolling. If you are new, brand new to the Success Connection tonight, welcome. We are excited to have you, thankful to have you each and every week, thankful to have each one of you attending the training. And of course, you know, like I always say, there's some housekeeping stuff. Listen, this is not a continual training. So what that means is if you've got Partner with Anthony, or you've got Ambassador Program, or Morrison, you know, mobile opt-in, or just any of our trainings, right? Like I say this so much, my brain's fried. If you got any of our trainings, the Success Connection has nothing to do with any of those. I know that sounds crazy, but it doesn't. This is a standalone program, something completely separate, right? That we put together for all of our students. And what we do is we build businesses together, and then I build businesses for you. And the whole goal here is to keep you on top of what's working and what people are seeing work right now in 2020, and most specifically today, this week, and to help you build businesses that can be successful, right? And build them the right way the first time. And so I hope you enjoy being here. Obviously, if you have support questions, you email support. But this, you know, these trainings, any course that we offer, this allows you to bolt onto it, right? Meaning what we teach here, you can just simply bolt on and use in all of your other courses, which I think is exciting and also necessary. So that's always a good thing. And of course, if you've been here time and time again, then obviously thank you for being here and showing your support. I'm super excited because, and I know I don't seem it, let me just be totally upfront and honest with each of you. I'm worn out. I had my wife's family in town last week. I think I told you that. 6 people, 2 kids, 2 teenagers. And it was just craziness, just people everywhere. It's the most interaction with people I've had in 6 or 7 months, right? Because we've been pretty quarantined. And so went to bed late, woke up late, just kind of out of my groove that I've been in for the last, I don't know, 6 months or so. And so that's been hard on me. And then just getting back into the flow, right? And got a little sinus drainage, hopefully no COVID, obviously. I don't think I could have COVID. I'm pretty quarantined. So I think it's just some sinus pressure. Really hot in Mississippi right now. It's kind of crazy. It goes from like 110 degrees to like 80 degrees. And so it just kind of messed with my sinuses. So if I look like I'm kind of doing this, it's not because I'm disinterested tonight. It's not because I don't want to be here. None of that. It is literally just because my head kind of feels like it's pulsating, you know? And so I'm trying to power my way through it and make sure that I give you guys a really good training. So with that said, I want to talk to you about something that I find super important, okay? Really, really important. And that is the traffic side of our business, right? Now, how many of you know we've been talking about building a full stack business right now? Meaning, and I might have, let me see if I can pull it up, because some of you are new. And so let me move this down here. It's right here. And you'll probably hear Sophie in the background. She's angry right now. Her mom's outside in the hot tub. And so she's mad. So you'll hear her barking. But we've talked about this full stack business, right? So full stack business, let's see, okay, making sure I can see my screen. All right, so we're talking about this full stack business. And when we talk about it, there's kind of 3 phases to it. And we've discussed those 3 phases. I've talked about those 3 phases. I don't know that I've necessarily kind of just written them out. Let's see. So for your full stack business, okay? So for your full stack business, there are 3 phases. All right. All right. So take good notes on this because I see some questions coming up, and sometimes I have my own agenda for what I want to do on the Success Connection. What do I want to accomplish this week, right? And each week with you. But then sometimes I see questions in our Facebook group, and I'm like, I need to address that, you know, and maybe I need to slow down and I need to adjust a little bit. I'm always looking. In fact, not to deviate too much, but I will say this: I appreciate each one of you for helping people, but also, you know, in a way, a lot of times I see you guys sticking up for me or for my program or for what I teach, and I'm always thankful for that, right? Because you don't have to do that. I don't ask you to do that, but I see people that post occasionally in our group. One comes to mind that I was reading today. They randomly just show up in my newsfeed. Of somebody that said he gave up on Partner with Anthony. That was it. He just gave up. It was too hard, and it seemed like an MLM. Well, I mean, it couldn't be further from the truth. It's not an MLM. There's no multi-level, just affiliate marketing, and but in a different way, with a mechanism to help you make sales in ways that you normally would not be able to make sales, right? Or would not know how to do. And so I thought, man, that's just so not true. But what was amazing is I looked down and there's like 25 comments from people not bashing the guy, not saying you're an idiot, but just explaining to him why he's wrong, right? And encouraging him to not give up. And man, I just think to myself, like, our Facebook group has grown so much, over 20,000 students in there now, and the quality has I think the quality of our Facebook group has grown, if you will, at even a faster rate and a higher rate than the number of people, the quantity of people in there. Like, amazing help being given, motivation, and then, like I said, ultimately sometimes, you know, people take it up for me, which I'll always kind of show my wife. I'll be like, look at this, you know, check this out. Because look, and this just goes true for everybody. You should all know this. When you start selling products, like we make this whole full stack business for you, and you start selling it, inevitably, it doesn't matter what you say, it doesn't matter what you do, it doesn't matter how great you are, people will hate on you. People will say that you lied. People will say that you didn't do what you said you were going to do. People will say that you told them you weren't going to have, there was no monthly fee, right? Even though there's a big button there that says monthly fee. Like, and I'm just making examples, right? It's like, you know, people want to see what they want to see and hear what they want to hear. And even though that's not true, it's their truth, it's their reality, right? And so then they use that to complain and to gripe and to post negative things and all that stuff. And so it's something you learn over time to really honestly just get a thick skin for. When people talk bad about me now, it doesn't affect me like it did 15 years ago. 15 years ago, I'll be honest with you, I used to cry about it sometimes. I used to have a hard time sleeping. I used to talk to my parents about it. I didn't understand why people would say some of the things they've said. And it wasn't like it was a lot. It was just anybody, right? Any negative pushback I couldn't take it. Now I've got a lot thicker skin, and most of the time I just ignore it unless it just is a must. But to see you guys responding in the Facebook group, not just on my behalf, but on the behalf of the other 20,000 people in there that don't need to be misled by somebody else's negativity, man, like props to all of you and thankful to all of you. I never ask you to take up for me in any way, shape, or form. You do that on your own if you choose to and should you choose to. But I just want to say thank you. It was something that was on my mind that, I just realized how far I've come in the last 15 years. Not only that I don't let the negativity, anytime somebody criticizes your course, right? You're like, I spent all this time in this thought and you want to just lash out. I just see how full circle it's come where I'm not like that anymore. But I've also got this army of people, like this amazing, awesome group of people, all of you that are constantly taking up for the mission, right? Which is that partner with Anthony and all my other courses, they're not money-making schemes. They're not get rich overnight. They're never promoted that way. Never once have I said, you're going to make $1 million in 30 days. Like, I don't say stuff like that. But what I do is truly help you, right? Like, truly help you to figure out, like, the right mechanisms and the right ways to do some of the things that we need to be doing online, right? And I think that's awesome. Let me close my door because my dogs are going nuts. Hold on. All right, sorry. This is what happens when you work from home. Sorry. My dogs are just going absolutely berserk. I don't know what's going on with them. So usually they're not quite this loud. Usually they're loud, but not quite this loud. So anyway, so 3 phases of the full stack business is what we'll get into, but I just wanted to say thank you to all of you for helping me, for reaching out, on my behalf inside of the group, and then also just for each other. Like, it's just so much of opportunity that you guys give to one another by working with one another and helping one another and really engaging with one another in our Facebook group. And I mean, ultimately, super thankful for that, and glad I could build a community and help you guys, and I apologize for Sophie and Chloe. They're insane, but I love them. All right, so the 3 phases to a full stack business, okay? And it kind of is important that you know each phase and why each phase is what each phase is doing, okay? So the first phase is really kind of like the indoctrination phase. And I haven't written this out for you before, but it's the indoctrination phase, okay? The indoctrination phase, all right? What we do is we aim to get information, okay? So we aim to get information. That information usually is like name and email, okay? So we're usually looking for a name and an email address, but ultimately we're trying to get some information, right? We're also trying to get someone to enter our world. So that's what I call it, getting somebody to enter our world, okay? Now you might sit there and say, what in the world is, like, what does that mean? Enter our world, like, what is that? Well, what that is that is somebody that's going to enter your world, right? Become a part of your ecosystem, a part of your list, part of your sales process, a part of all of these different things, right? So what you want to do is you want to get them to enter your world, because your world is important, right? Because that's where you kind of, ascend people from just taking a peek at it to being a part of it, right? Super important. So the indoctrination phase, you're going to get information from someone, you're going to get somebody to enter our world, and then you're going to reward someone and build rapport. Okay, so we reward somebody. What's that reward? Well, that's the free book or the free training, okay, that we offer people. Okay, these things are important because what I feel like sometimes people just race to throw these pages together. Not necessarily that you're not doing a good job, but that you're not analyzing the true purpose of the page, right? So if you start looking at it and you realize the indoctrination phase is to get information, okay, to get someone to enter your world. That means get the information, get them to enter your world, get them to be interested, right? And that's the next thing, is you want to pique interest. Pique interest. Now, when you pique somebody's interest, this will allow you to get more out of them. How many of you would agree? Just say yes if you would agree. Okay. I see lots and lots and lots of yeses coming in. Very good. Okay. So you've got to pique the interest of people. You can't just have people like sitting there basically saying, okay, that looks really cool, and then moving on. You need them to be interested. Like, you need them to think like, I want to know more about that. I want to be more a part of that, right? You've got to pique the interest of somebody. That's the indoctrination phase, okay? That's, again, bringing people in, okay? This, of course, would be your lead gen funnel. Your lead gen funnel covers the indoctrination phase, okay? And we've already built that and already given that to you. And that, to be honest with you, is this right up here, all right? There's method to my madness, so just hold tight. Right here, phase one in the green. So the green deal, right? This is the indoctrination phase, all right? It's super important that you focus on that, okay? And that we understand the why behind these things. And the reason I'm saying this is because last week I asked you to build sales pages, and I gave you a template, okay, if you will. And I said, rebuild this and build your own sales page. And I looked through the ones that we got, and they weren't. I'll be honest. I'm always honest with you guys. They weren't that great, and that leads me to believe, okay, I haven't taught this right. Like, I could do better, and so that's the reason why I'm going over this. Does that make sense to everybody? Yes? Okay. All right. All right, very good. Okay, so obviously, we want to make sure we get these things correct so that you have the skill set to do this, okay? So indoctrination phase, bring people in, pique their interest, get them into our world, build some rapport. The second phase, okay? A little pencil, it's almost like it needs to be sharpened sometimes, which makes no sense since it can't be. All right, so you have the indoctrination phase. Phase two is where we start to it's the trust building phase, also called usually by me the solutions Okay, so the trust building phase. Here's what this is all about. And this is why I want you to pay close attention to this, because when you're going through these sales pages, which I'm going to show you in just a second, I really want you to focus on the thought processes that are going into this, okay? I want you to have a good, clear vision for what you're going to do. And then at the end of tonight's training, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about how you can get free organic YouTube traffic into this indoctrination phase, and how you could start doing it right now before we ever even finish this whole full stack. How many of you would be interested in that, right? I see lots of yeses. I'm gonna show you how to do it, okay? So a little bit of a pivot, staying on course, but adding something in for you because I want you to start working towards something right now, okay? So I think this is important. Trust building phase, solutions to problems. This is where we sell an inexpensive course, okay? By inexpensive, I usually mean somewhere between $7 and $17. Everybody can test your own. You're all going to get this course. We're going to build this course for you. So it won't be that hard for you to figure out what it's worth and to test. This is where you sell a course. But here is the important part. And this is what I want you to focus on in your sales letters for this phase is look, massively over deliver. Massively over deliver value. Listen, if you massively over deliver value, you can absolutely crush it online. Let's just play this out. How many of you feel like the education, the training, the tools, everything that you get in Partner with Anthony for $7 is insane? If it's super, super insane, give me a 10. And if it's like, it's not even worth $7, give me a 1. Put it in the chat. And by the way, this is totally, you can put a 4. I don't care. It's whatever you feel. Like, your answer is your truth, right? Like, doesn't matter what I think. All right. I see tons and tons of 9s and 10s. I see some 40s, some 4,000s. Those are not on the scale. So mainly just 10s. Not 9s and 10s, mainly 10s. A couple of 9s scattered in. Okay. So, and I wish GoToWebinar let you see this. I guess I could launch polls, but I have to create them beforehand, which means I have to think about them beforehand, and I don't ever do that. I usually just come up with these things when I'm doing it. But so here's the thing. I over deliver in that Partner with Anthony course. Nobody pays $7 for something and gets 30 modules that has roughly 200 videos fully edited in it with shared funnels and free things for links for traffic and so. I mean, nobody does that, right? Now, why did I do it? Well, I ultimately put people into my trust building phase and my solutions to problems page or phase. Think about it. I've solved a problem. The problem is you want to build an online business and you want to do affiliate marketing, but you don't really know how to do it all together. You might know how to go promote one product, but you don't know how to promote all those products together in sync so that instead of earning 1 commission, you can earn 5 or 6. Like, you don't know how to do that. So I've solved that problem. Then I've also built trust. How did I build trust? Well, because inside of that course, without ever even telling you, I give you a copy of my book, The Hidden Millionaire, completely free. I give you shared funnels, completely free. I give you 30 lessons along with God knows how much of other stuff that's in there, like actual modules in there. And then on top of all of that, if all of that wasn't enough to have built massive trust, I give you access to tonight's training. I give you the success connection. All of my students get on here. This is not just for people that spend $2,000 on one of our courses or $5,000 or say they join our digital marketing masterminds, 15 grand. It's the only thing I have that's really expensive, and you probably haven't even seen it or heard of it because we don't promote it very often. It's rare. It's like truly invite only. And it's $15,000, right? People who pay $7 are right here on here with us tonight. $7, right? So think about the trust that I've built, and think about the problems that I've solved, and that when somebody's sitting there thinking, I can't figure out how to do this, there's an answer to that question. And by the way, we also provide support, right? So how many of you would agree that we have taken this $7 product and built a lot of trust, a lot of goodwill, and we've solved a lot of problems? Just say yes if that's you. Okay? Yes? Now, why do we do that? Well, ultimately, we want to create an awesome course. But remember, look, it's kind of funny because when I teach this stuff, you got to remember, you guys are in my funnel stack, right? Along the way. And my goal ultimately, I'm just transparent, my goal ultimately is to sell my courses. Like that's what I do. Like that's my business, right? I mean, I'm an affiliate and stuff like that, but like my core business is digital product creation. I want to be able to sell my products. And in order to do that, I have to make you realize that I over deliver, that you can trust me, that if I say you need to get this, like it's not just because I want to make $1, it's because I truly feel like you need it. And so the interesting thing is that as we push people through this trust building phase, right, they enter what we usually call the monetization phase. Now, this sounds kind of bad because it's like, well, this is the phase where we sell something, right? That's higher ticket. This is where we make money. But ultimately, your goal is to make some kind of money, right? I mean, how many of you would agree that your goal here is to be able to make some kind of money tonight? Just say yes, that's why you're here. You're not here for fun. And you're ultimately not really here to make $7, right? Selling an inexpensive product. You want to be able to make a nice income. You want to be able to earn a nice living, right? You want to be able to maybe retire or supplement your income or save, right? Or go on vacations or whatever it is that you do with extra money, right? Like you're not here to make $75 a month, right? It's not worth your time, and I get that. So because of that, you do need to have something that's a little higher ticket product. So again, if we look back through our phases here, when I drew out the funnels, phase 1 in the green, okay, is that indoctrination phase. That's the free phase where you're giving something for free. You're building that rapport, right? You're piquing interest. Phase 2 in the yellow, okay, right here, is where we talk a little bit more about buying a product, but it's an inexpensive product. It's a gateway. Remember, I think I talked to you guys about this last week about being a gateway into something bigger, right? I think I used a terrible example called gateway drugs, which is just I wouldn't really know other than what I see on like TV shows and stuff, because I don't do drugs and I haven't ever done them. I was straight as an arrow growing up. I just didn't, I was always too scared. I was just too scared to do anything that might like make me sick, right? So I didn't even experiment. But from what you hear and read and such, you see there's gateways, right? And really it's things that are meant to bring you in and make you evolve into wanting more of what that is, right? And so when people enter your first or your second phase, right, which is the sales phase that you've built sales videos for or sales letters for, understand that they still haven't really decided that they want to do this. They still haven't really committed. They still haven't really said, yes, I want to be an email marketer and I want to make money sending emails. That's not what they've done. What you've done is you've piqued their interest in phase 1, and you've got them to take a little further step to understand that interest, right? And to further investigate the interest that they have in this topic, email marketing. When do you guys think you've actually hooked them and made them commit to email marketing? Like, again, this course that we're building for you guys is email marketing. It's about email marketing. So obviously, I'm using that as an example. But when, out of curiosity, when do you think you've actually hooked somebody and they've committed? They've said, okay, you've no longer just piqued my interest. I'm in. Like, I'm an email marketer. When do you guys think that happens? Phase 1, phase 2, or phase 3, or somewhere in between? If you could just put it in the chat box. Okay, I see a lot of people saying phase 3. Okay, I see a lot of people saying phase 3. I see most everybody saying phase 3, because phase 3 seems like the logical answer. I mean, look, if somebody goes through phase 3, they watch an automated webinar, they buy a higher ticket product, they invest $1,500, well then, dang it, they're committed, right? Like that's that, right? Here's the thing. Ultimately, what really happens is that people are actually hooked in this phase. People actually commit in phase 2. I know that sounds crazy. And you're probably thinking like, wait a minute. It's real simple. If you do a really good job with your training, with the videos that which we're going to build for you, but ultimately, if you do a great job at educating people, okay? Educating people. Please remember that. At educating them, okay? Then what's going to happen is they're going to get committed because they're learning. And because as they learn in this phase, they begin to understand why what you're teaching them is so important. Then when you come to sell them something that costs a little bit more money in phase 3, they've already committed. So the purchase becomes almost just a byproduct of that commitment. Does that make sense to everybody? And I know I'm going through the logic behind this again, but I truly feel like you need this. How many of you are benefiting from me taking and breaking these steps down? And look, I know that we're always building a page and editing a page and giving you a page and all that stuff, and I get it, I understand it, but sometimes you need to understand the logic so that you can really be successful with it. And I feel like tonight I was just getting called to like teach the logic, you know, like teach the reasoning behind this stuff, because I feel like that's going to help you better understand who you're writing to, who you're marketing to, and it'll adjust and it'll change the marketing that you actually do, right? All right, so I see lots of people saying yes. I appreciate that. Awesome, very good. Okay, so we're hooking people in this phase. I'm going to give you an example. In Partner with Anthony, we teach an awful lot, okay? But we also sell, right? We sell 2 things in Partner with Anthony that are mine, that are like the key points for what we sell there, okay? Hold on one second. Hey, John, can you cut some of these lights off for me? I'm hot. All right, sorry. John, my video guy's here, and I told him to please cut some of these lights off because it's like 100 degrees in here. I'm just hot, so sorry. My office is a set right now, so I apologize. Okay, so Partner with Anthony. We sell a couple of things. Number 1 is Build Redirects. This is a software that my whole business runs off of it, right? It's link tracking software. So we sell that. And then we sell the Ambassador program, okay? Which is basically like an evolution of Partner with Anthony. It's like the next step, the next level to it, okay? I hate calling it levels, just it's the next logical thing. And so for a couple of years, we tried to sell Build Redirects, right? And ultimately what would happen is no one really understood how to use it or why they needed it. It was kind of like, here's this awesome software, but nobody gets it unless they're already a marketer, unless they have a specific use case for it. They don't understand it. You don't understand why they need it. Even though it works for your Facebook ads, and it works for your email marketing, it works for your blog, like it works, anything you do, you should be using it, right? But nobody really got that. But when we put that into Partner with Anthony and we educate people on how to use it within that specific like realm, right? Like here's why you need to use it, here's how you use it. We sell a ton of it. All of you know this because you get commissions for it, right? Because people buy it from you when they buy Partner with Anthony. There's just tons and tons of sales every single day of this software that we weren't selling before, right? Then Ambassador Program. Now, we've always sold a lot of our Ambassador Program. It just makes sense. But we've never sold as much as we sell through our Partner with Anthony program, because Partner with Anthony is educating people. So when you're going through that program, you understand the why. Like you already are committed to doing this thing, right? And so buying the Ambassador program just makes sense, and you're already committed, so buying just makes sense. It's a better way to monetize, right? And so the monetization phase is where essentially you sell the higher ticket next step. And then of course, you still over deliver on value, right? You still want to always be over delivering. But here's the thing. This is where you can sell that higher ticket next step. And because of the commitment, because I call it hooked, right? Because people are hooked, it really just means they're committed, right? Because somebody's committed, that sale takes place, and it takes place very seamlessly. There's not a hypey pitch. There's not a hurry up, we're closing down, there's only 4 spots left, all that. Like there's none of that. It's just like, hey, by the way, we have this too, and this makes sense. And if you're committed to doing this, this might be something you want to look into, and you might want to do this. Boom. It's simple. In fact, if you study how I sell the Ambassador program inside of Partner with Anthony, you will see that there is no hype to it. Module 3 or 4 or 5 or wherever it is, it's going to be there forever. Whether you get it today or you get it 10 days from now or 5 weeks from now or whatever, like as long as we have the Ambassador program available, it's available. But yet people buy it, and they buy it every day. Why? Because they are committed, and they are committed because of the trust building phase. And they got to that trust building phase from our indoctrination phase. So what I am trying to create from you or with you in this full stack scenario is that same type of logical progression where the indoctrination phase piques your interest and pushes people right into the trust building phase. This trust building phase, we need to make sure that this product that we create is phenomenal, right? We need to make sure it exceeds all expectations that somebody might have. So that way, when they go through it, they're committed, okay? But they're also trusting and building up more trust for you, because look at what you gave them for a few bucks. Then when you offer them something that's a little bit more, which will be your third phase, right? Where we'll run an auto webinar for you. People are like, I gotta have it. Like, I'm in on this. I'm committed to this. Does that make sense to everybody? Just say yes or no. All right, I see lots of yeses. So what I wanted to, and I wanted to go over this with you because I feel like you need to understand that progression in order to truly be able to do a great job, okay, at building some of these pages. Last week, and I've already given you, if you're new, sorry, my computer's turn over there. If you're new, I've already given you a couple of things. I've given you the pages for essentially phase 1, which is the indoctrination phase. This is the opt-in page right here, and this is the thank you page to that opt-in page. I have already given you both of these, okay? These are yours for free. If you're here for the first time tonight, I'll give them to you for free tonight, no big deal. So you get these 2 pages. This is our indoctrination phase, okay? Now, the second phase, and of course, by the way, we have all of these pages that were built by our students, okay, that I'm going to give you tonight if you don't already have them, all the way down. So we have 6 different opt-in pages and thank you pages, because remember, we're always testing. We never, ever don't test, okay? It's just not what we do. We always test. So there's testing to be done, okay? All right. So you've got 6 of those pages, all right? Then you've got the sales page. The sales page is your trust building phase. You start off by selling, obviously, into an inexpensive product. This was kind of the basic template that I gave you last week. And I said, before I go build this, I want you to build it yourself. I want you to write the copy. I want you to fill it in. I want you to make it what you think it should be, right? And I went through and I looked at this and I thought, I didn't see that many that I felt like were like super, super great, right? And so I wanted to give everybody a chance to do it again after watching what you've seen. First of all, after seeing what the goal is of phase 2, how many of you feel like what we've gone through tonight might help you to write out a better sales pitch for your inexpensive $7 offer? Just say yes if you feel like it might help you. Okay, I see lots of yeses coming in. I feel like I should have done this before I asked you to go do what I did last week. And so I'm going to give you another chance to do it, but I am going to show you a couple, let's see, that I did like. No, this one. Hold on, I've got a few. I don't know what that's all about. I've got a few on here. Let's see. Okay. All right. So this one right here, which was built by Bernie. So Bernie is in Australia, and this is a page that Bernie built. Now I want you to take a look at this page. I'm going to zoom in on it. Learn the simple 4-step system to building a profitable email marketing or profitable business from email marketing. The complete guide 2020 edition. Super important. Putting that date there makes it feel relevant, makes it feel new, right? Find out why building a quality list, not a large email list, is more profitable. Click below. That's the sub headline. That's that sub hook, right? Really like that. All right. These are things that I've already got. Then it says, why building your email list is viable. I like this. There's 3 big problems. And you know what? Usually, my eye would not have gone to these 3 gray boxes right here. But because of this arrow pointing to this, I read the 3 big problems and I logically looked down and saw the problems. And then I was like, wait a minute. I want to know what the problems are, right? How many of you like this so far, this page? I really like this page. All right. And then it says, don't leave the fate of your business in the hands of Facebook. And it says Josh 40, which I know who Josh is, marketer with 30,000 followers. Attention, I lost 50,000 in sales in the past 2 weeks. Facebook banned me at the end of my second launch, disabled my account, no warning, no reason, no explanation. And then Grant Cardone just got censored. Facebook shut down posts. You know, Julie says Facebook deleted my profile. Now, here's the thing. I don't know if she's gotten permission to use those things, these people's names. So obviously you want to make sure you have permission before you use these, or maybe just take their names off. Just say like top internet marketer, you know, top internet marketer, whatever. But look, this is real life. Like this is making people realize, wow, Facebook ads might not be the answer. Then you go down and talk about the bonuses, right? So here's all the different bonuses that are being offered. I really like this. Now the bullet points are not filled in because we haven't given you the course yet to fill those in. And then what Russell Brunson says about email lists, right? Now you're bringing in Russell Brunson. This is good. Again, the steps that you need to take in order to do this, the nice 30-day money-back guarantee, showing those images because people are visual of the bonuses, and then showing the offer and the bonuses again, and then the buy button. How many of you like this? Just say yes if you like this one. Okay, I see some yeses coming in. Here's the deal. Ultimately, when I was looking through these, this was the only one that I saw that I felt like if I was doing this, like if I was selling this course, which I won't do because I would never compete with you guys on it, but if I was selling this course, I would test this page. Like I could see myself testing this page. The other pages, if I bought them from you, I would be stretching and, you know, just to buy them. So I want to buy one that looks really good, show it to you, okay? And then my hope is that you guys can use this as a guide to build out your pages for next week. How many of you feel like that would be good? Just say yes. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I said I was gonna spend up to $1,000 this week on pages, okay? What I'm gonna do is, I think this one, based on what I see here, a few changes I'll make to it before I give it out. I think this would definitely warrant 500 bucks. So Bernie, what I'd like to do for Bernie, I would like to give you $500. I've got your name already written down over here. And if you could just email our support desk and just put attention links for Anthony or whatever. I need to make sure I get this share link with you. And here's the deal, everybody. Next week, you will get this page completely free, okay? So you've already got all of the thank you pages and opt-in pages. Next week, you're gonna get this sales page. And so what I'm going to do for you, okay, I'm gonna wrap this up and talk to you a little bit about this free YouTube traffic. So obviously you'll get all these notes. So you'll have all of our phases, okay, with, I think, good notes on those phases. So next week, all right, here's what we're gonna do. Number one, I'm gonna give you students purchased sales page. All right, I'm gonna give you that. Number two, I'm going to buy more student built sales pages. Just post in the group and then make sure you tag hashtag Anthony Look, and I'll spend up to $1,000 more on this. Okay, so I might do $250 a piece. We'll just kind of come up with it, but I'll spend up to $1,000 more on it. Okay, and then next week I'll give you my upsell and thank you pages. Okay, so I'll give you my upsell and thank you pages, and the reason I'll do that is because I didn't want to do it tonight because I want you to be focused on the sales page. I've already got these done, but I'll give you the upsell and the thank you page for that upsell next week, so that essentially you can do this. You can build this whole funnel out for your sales funnel right here. You can have the VSL page, which we're working on now, the OTO page, which is the page where you're going to sell an additional upsell, and then the thank you page, which will activate phase 3 of your funnel stack. Does that make sense, everybody? Just say yes. Okay, so this is what's happening next week on the Success Connection. You don't want to miss out, because we are getting to the point where we're going to start being able to activate things, which leads me to the fact that you need to start thinking about traffic. Okay, and I don't want to spend too much time on traffic because at the end of the day, we're in the middle of building a funnel stack. But what I do want to show you is this, okay? I want to show you something. I'm going to give you a peek inside of something that I don't really usually show people. All right, check this out. This is the inside of my YouTube channel, okay? Now, what's interesting about the inside of my YouTube channel is I have 524,000 views last month, okay? That's a lot, by the way. I have 35,000 hours of watch time and I picked up 9,700 subscribers. You can see over there that I have 40,835 new subscribers, which is really good, or 40,835 subscribers to my channel, and almost 40,000 views in the last 2 days, right? Here's what I've been doing. How many of you have been watching my organic YouTube videos? Just videos I'm posting every single week on YouTube, okay? I see lots and lots of people doing it. Okay, so here's the thing. I have found that this is extremely profitable for me. And I think it can be extremely profitable for anybody who's willing to put the time into it. Now, this does not happen overnight. I started this, I think, in February, and it's September. But as of last month, my YouTube channel was pulling in $41,000 last month, or it might have been the month before, but up to 40 grand, right? All I'm promoting is Partner with Anthony, FYI. That's the only way I'm making any money on YouTube, which all of you are promoting, essentially, right? So my thought is, you need to learn how to do organic YouTube traffic, okay? I think it's important. I think it's one of the, like, look at this. Let me show you something. Reach. All right. You'll see that I obviously do YouTube advertising, right? That's where a ton of traffic comes from. But look over here. Impressions. 70.2% from YouTube recommending my content. If I put my mouse over this, you can see that YouTube is recommending my content on the watch page and on the home page. Free content. That's free distribution of my videos. And then look at this. I got a 4.2% click-through rate on that free traffic, those free impressions they gave me, which resulted in almost 95,000 views of people watching my videos last month, which resulted in 7.4 thousand, basically 73 hours, 7,400 hours of watch time. And if you start going through these numbers, right, what you find is the free traffic, you can see the spikes in these things. The free traffic that we get off of our, 334,000 unique visitors, right? Our engagement levels, right? You can see super high, right? And look, this is not an ad right here, right? This is not an ad. This is not an ad, So all of these things, they're not ads. Like my top playlist is one talking about affiliate marketing, right? So I want you to start looking at and thinking about free traffic sources, more specifically YouTube, okay? Next Wednesday, I'm doing a live training on this. It's completely different. Has nothing to do with Success Connection. There's no link that I can give you for it now. We'll send you an email, all right? So you just check your email. And if you're somebody who's opened an email from us in the last 30 days, you should get it. But I'm gonna do a live training on YouTube on how I've grown my channel, like what it is that I've done to make my channel grow like this. And I think that you should start doing it now, even before this full stack business is done. You already know you can promote Partner with Anthony, but you also know what's coming. You're gonna have this full stack business for email marketing and teaching people email marketing. Why not get started now with building out the traffic flow for it, so that when it's done, you just plug it in? Does that make sense to everybody? And it's super simple, and it really is free. Like it really was free. It really is free traffic. Like it's just crazy. It just takes some time, and you have to really be willing to go do the things that you need to do with YouTube. But I'm happy to share with you how I did it. So you can check that out. I'll send you an email about it probably next Monday or so, and you can check it out. But I wanted to just plant the seed that you should be looking into this. Like study my YouTube channel, watch my videos, and duplicate what I'm doing, because it is working, right? And I'm by no means am I like the YouTube guru, right? I'm just learning like the rest of you, but I've got a pretty good handle on it, okay? And we're doing pretty well. So with that said, we kind of know what we're doing next week. This is your partner, This is your Success Connection Resource Center. If you're new, this is a page you're going to want to go to tonight to download all of your assets, okay? The Partner with Anthony sales video, if you just want to study it, it's up there at the top. Our Facebook group, there's a link to join our Facebook group. This is the group you need to join, and you need to join it tonight in order to be able to participate in this sales page contest where you build out your sales page. We're giving you the template. Go build it out now that you've kind of got the psychology behind the phases, okay? Obviously, here's that YouTube link. If you want to follow me on YouTube, see how I'm doing this stuff, just click right there, follow me, subscribe, turn on notifications. If you don't have ClickFunnels, you need to get it. If you're new to my Success Connection and somehow you don't have ClickFunnels, you know, this is something you just have to have. If you want all these free funnels we've built for you, you can click right there, get a completely free trial for 2 solid weeks. After that, you can decide if you want to use it or not, but I highly suggest it, okay? All right, then you just scroll down like this, all the way down, okay? And you'll see your full stack business. We've already got the free book opt-in page, thank you page, and that template for that sales page right here. When you click that download button, all of these funnel pages go into your account completely free, cost you nothing, okay? And then your 4 steps to a profitable email list ebook, it's done. It's done for you. You get it for free. You just click right here and you can download it. Now, we're gonna keep building out the rest of this business, all the funnels, all the phases, all the products, all the sales pages, everything, so that you can plug it in and go, and you've got a full stack business, right? That's what we're building out. But I want to teach you how we're doing it each step of the way, and that's what we're working on right now. So you've got access to this completely free tonight. And of course, if you're new, look, scroll up. You got an auto webinar business here. You've got a lead-in business, a newsletter business, a done-for-you funnel business, a challenge business, an Instagram profits course, a YouTube profits course business. Look, there's all these businesses are free. Here's the thing. These download buttons will only work till midnight tonight. After midnight tonight, they quit working. They quit working because people will put this page on the internet, they'll give it to people, and they'll steal my stuff, and other people will start using my stuff, and that's not what I'm interested in. Yes, if you share it with the world and the world buys ClickFunnels, I probably make more money. That's not what I'm interested in. I like to build my assets for my students. I like them to remain only for my students. And the only way I can kind of protect my page is to break these links. So you need to do this by midnight tonight, okay? There's really no reason why you shouldn't just go download your funnels right now anyway. They're free, right? So do it now and save yourself the heartache of having to wait until next week when I unlock them again. So all of this stuff is on your Student Resource Center. Let me give you the link and tell you how to get here. All right, so the link to get to that page is right here. go.thsc.com/funnel. go.thsc.com/funnel. And I have left the password the same because we're focused on the same thing, and that is sales, S-A-L-E-S, sales. So go.thsc.com/funnel, okay? And the password is sales. And of course, when you get here, you can go through all of these things, join the Facebook group, complete your homework, right? Fill out the sales page and do it even if you don't know how, just try. Like there's something that, there's something in my office. There's a big thing that's on the wall now that says, you absolutely do not have to be great to get started, but you've got to get started to be great. I remind myself of that every single day. There's a big thing on my wall in my office now that says that. And I need to remind you, in order to be great at this, you got to get started, right? You don't have to be great out of the gate, but you got to get started to get there, right? So make now the time that you get started. Make today the time that you take the action that is required to truly get started and start to commit to building your business. go.thsc.com/funnel. Password is sales. Get ClickFunnels. Make sure you get all these funnels that we've given you completely free. Join our Facebook group and make sure that you are here next week for our Success Connection. Listen, like I always say, I hope you have a safe weekend, a fun weekend. Truly be safe this weekend, given that it is a holiday weekend and that there will be a lot of people out and about. You know, keep that in mind. Make good decisions. Be safe. And of course, as always, I look forward to seeing all of you right here, same place, same time next week on the Success Connection. If you've got a minute tonight, and I would love some feedback in the Facebook group. Let me know if you enjoyed tonight's training, if you enjoyed listening and just learning about the fact that we, which one of these phases people are in and the psychology of why they're there, and if that's going to help you. I would love some feedback. I read that feedback every single day. Normally right when I get off here, I'm reading it all night long before I go to bed. So I would love some feedback in the Facebook group. Again, I want to thank you all for being here. Thank you so much for supporting me. Thank you so much for supporting the Success Connection, and thank you so much for supporting our entire group and the mission that we have to truly help people and empower people and teach all of you how to do the things that you need to do in order to be successful. I look forward to seeing you all right here next week, same place, same time on the Success Connection. Take care, everybody. Good night.